I'm starting tonight with our hand pamper, and as I just mentioned, this is how I start everything. I start shows, one-on-ones. If I'm doing makeup, I'm always starting with a hand pamper. I think it's a beautiful way to showcase our body products up front, and everybody falls in love with them straight away. So I have a bowl of water here, yeah, and I've popped in some of our beautiful, I'm going to use different things through the brochure tonight. These are our botanical shower gels, and these are so popular. In the beauty edit, I believe there's the 5 of them there for sale together in a group, or in our specials brochure, we have them on sale each for $13.90. I have chosen the raspberry to use tonight. They're botanical, they're fruity, they're fresh. They're even great to do as a fundraiser. I do them fundraising without calories. So that is really popular with PNCs and those sorts of things that you might look at towards, you know, Christmas, Father's Day, all of those sorts of things. So they actually are pH neutral. So what that means is they have no soap agents in them. So they're great for eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis. And the best thing about them without any soap agents in them is that you don't see that white film being left on your shower screen. So if that's not a reason to purchase botanical shower gel, I don't know what is. So what I usually do is I ask the girls, or tell the girls, that it's all natural ingredients that we're using. However, if they'd like to take their jewellery off, they certainly can. The most that our products will do to their jewellery is actually clean them. However, some people don't like to use or to feel the granules of our exfoliator underneath their jewellery. So if they prefer to take their jewellery off, just take it off and pop it to the side. I usually throw in a little joke there that that's how I make my extra cash, by you know, filching off with all their beautiful jewelry. So it just breaks the ice a little bit for them. And no, I don't score any jewelry at all. So what I usually do, I know it's a bit harder to see, but pop your hands.
It's fine.
It's fine, thanks, Annette. Just pop your hands in the water and making sure you dampen the front and the back of them. So often we'll pop it in like that, but we forget the tops of our hands. The tops of our hands are actually the first thing that is going to age. And if you think about it, as a person or a woman, we're driving in the car, we're pegging clothes on the line, like it's always exposed. And while we put cream on everywhere else, usually not the tops of our hands. So just remember to do the whole relax your soaking in it. I think that was a Palmolive ad many years ago. Danielle, you might be too young to remember that. I wish I was, but that's how it is. And I am now diving into, and I should take the lid off before my hands were wet. I'm diving into our beautiful apricot sugar scrub, and this is actually part of a set in the front of our specials brochure at the moment. It has the beautiful apricot kernel, the body cream, I believe it is. I should have had the pages up. The shower cream, the scrub, and also the body moisturizer there. Apricot kernel oil. When you're having 3 products together like that, it's actually a process of layering, and that helps the scent to come forth on your skin. So if you're layering with a shower gel, then a scrub, and then a moisturizer, you're certainly going to get that beautiful scent come through. Now, the texture of our apricot scrub, it is quite firm, so you can probably see that, like if you tip it up, it doesn't come out. It's quite firm in its texture. I'm just taking a little bit off on a spoon that I'm going to use, and you pop that onto your hand. Now, that is a very generous amount to be using, and what you do is just dampen that a bit, and as you work it, it becomes like a lot more workable, I suppose. So we just massage through. So here's the spiel, okay? So, girls, what we're doing tonight is we're actually exfoliating the skin. Now, if you imagine having a layer of cornflakes on your skin, if you were to try to pop a moisturizer or even a foundation on your skin, it wouldn't absorb, as you can imagine. So, have you ever popped a foundation on and seen that it's cracked around the eye area? And we always blame the foundation, but it's actually not the foundation's fault. It's our skin. So we have to remove all that dead skin off, and exfoliation is the way to do it. Now, over our lifespan, each of us will lose a 2-story home full of dead skin. And I love that fact because it's so gross and everybody gets a reaction out of that one. So if you can imagine, the dead skin has come off. It's in the lounge, it's in the car, it's in our bed, and that's what our little dust mites are having a beautiful feast on, is all our dead skin. So we have to exfoliate and get that down the drain. So of course I'm doing it here over a bowl, but obviously in a shower, if you're massaging this in a shower, it's absolutely divine. The smell-o-vision, honestly, I wish we had it, girls. It's you can see the granules on there a little bit. And we just massage that in and we pop it, you know, down. Now, if you were to exfoliate your legs before you had a shave, your shave will actually last up to about 2 weeks longer. So have you ever shaved and in the razor you'll see that white film across the top? Well, that is the dead skin being caught in your razor. So if you exfoliate your legs first, then shave, your razor is only catching hair and it's not catching the dead skin. So you'll get a closer shave and it actually lasts up to about 2 weeks longer. Now, I know we're coming into the cooler months, so we hesitate to shave as often. However, give it a go. I will guarantee you won't ever go back to not exfoliating before you have a shave. Now, an exfoliator for our body is very different for an exfoliator on our face. This that I'm using tonight on my hands and I would use on the rest of my body is a little bit too harsh for our face. So we obviously have our microdermabrasion, our Apricot facial scrub, those products to use for our face. So it's really important that we do separate the face exfoliators to the body exfoliator, because the last thing we do want to do is cause any damage to the skin. So we just rinse that off. Honestly, it's the smoothest, the most divine, soft, silky feel to use. We just rinse that off in a bowl of water, and the granules come off very easily, and we just dry off then. And you'll see as I'm drying off with my hands, the complete different texture between my hands and the rest of my body. I'm not sure how well that shows up Alvin evening on the light. Yeah, it's nearly like I've been sunbaking from there up. And if you were to feel your skin, feel my arm as opposed to my hand, I can actually feel the dead skin now sitting on my hand. It's like the rest of my body is dirty nearly, and I've got my hair caught on everything. Like the rest of my body is dirty and my hands are super clean. So as you can see, that texture is so much better than what our arms are. So we take that off. Now, I'm not sure if you can quite see the water here. I'll just take this washer out. The interesting thing when you are doing this, like in a workshop environment or a one-on-one, is if you were to look at the film, you probably can't see it, there would be a slight film on top of the water there, and that film is actually the dead skin. So you'll see that floating a little bit like an oil slick on the top of your water, and it's a very powerful exercise to do for people to see that we all have dead skin. Now, you know, especially at the moment, we're washing our hands a lot with COVID, and but we're washing it, we're not exfoliating. So we're getting rid of that dead skin. The importance of getting rid of the dead skin too is that when we moisturize, it's absorbed. It goes straight into the skin. So this is my new favorite. Can I tell you? This is the one that came in the hostess, what is it, our preview pack. And yes. And I've popped in a few orders for my customers, and I've been adding one for myself each time. I'm sitting in front of the telly of a night time, And look, I'm a big fan of the pump. One pump, and you've got, I put it on my legs and my feet and my arms, and I think John's going like, did you even have a shower? Like, why are you doing that? The Apricot body dew, everyone knows it, everybody asks for it. It's been around just about since DOT. So this is our new 500 ml pack. The one pump, look, that's more than enough for what I need. And we're just going to moisturize now. And people are hesitant with hand creams as well, because when they moisturize, it sits on top of the skin, and obviously it's sitting on top of the skin because we haven't exfoliated. So as you can see, like, I'm just bathing in it now. It's the most divine, honestly, product that we have, and that absorbs really well. So it's really important with exfoliation that we are moisturizing. We are taking away that dead skin, and we're opening our pores of our skin for some nutrients, and that's exactly what our apricot kernel oil is going to give. Apricot kernel oil is a healing property. We know that it's great for everything, and I believe our apricot our apricot body dew does have shea butter in it, and I've talked about this before. Shea butter is a natural anti-inflammatory for the skin. So with our hands, if you've had sunspots taken off, or you've got sunburnt, or you've got a scratch on your hand, dogs, pets, all those sorts of things, the apricot body dew will help heal those for you. So that's what we do. I'm all moisturized. I smell beautiful. There's no way I'm going to the kitchen after I do this. The boys can fend for themselves. And I do remind the girls then to pop their jewelry back on, because I don't want them to get to the, walking out the door and we're looking for a diamond ring. So just be very conscious of that. But I think it is very valid to, people don't like that exfoliator under jewelry. So, but if not, it gives the jewelry a nice clean, which is very good. So remember, this is a really good treatment, exactly the same to do for the feet. And I do have, I don't know if you can see them, I've got about 12 kitty litter trays here. I know I'm the crazy cat lady, but I went to the $2 shop, just picked up the kitty litter trays, because they're the perfect size for the feet as opposed to a bucket. Pop the water in, throw some marbles in there. Tell the girls to grab a bottle of wine, some girlfriends, massage the feet over the marbles, and do the exact same thing as what I have done for the hands, only for your feet. It's just like they're walking on air, and they'll get the giggles and we have some fun. It's probably a little bit more work for us as a hostess. However, it's truly worth it to get those body products onto people's skin. So I hope you've enjoyed that and it makes sense, and I hope that I didn't miss anything out. Is there any questions anybody has?
So Christy, do you have if you were doing a face-to-face group of people, would you have them all do their own hands, or do you like to do the individual hands where you can actually talk to the guests and get to know them a little bit? What's your preference there?
I usually tell people to have as many people as that fits around their dining table, because that sort of fits really well in a home. It also takes off the expectation that I need to have 10 or 15 people there, which in all honesty is a lot for us to handle. Yeah. I usually get them to do their own. So I've got a series of bowls. I've got plastic bowls that were, $2 or $3 from one of the junk shops as well. Some washers that over the years, my family now give me 10 washers for Christmas. They get used to us having to do workshops. But, if you see them on sale, so I usually set it up around the table. If you can imagine, I have a face washer out. I have the bowl sitting on top of it. I sometimes also have enough washers to roll and to sit it in the bowl so it's presented beautifully. I have the products out, and I generally get them to do their own. Not often have I had them pair up, but I do know some people do that. And I think it's just up to your hostess and the group that you've got. And, if you're a person that does play games, maybe that, touching, feeling, interaction is a thing. But I don't do that. But that doesn't mean that there's a right or wrong to it. Feet, I'm not good at touching feet, so I usually get them to do their own feet. But if they want to partner up, sometimes we've had pregnant bellies and all those sorts of things. So if they want to partner up, there's, again, just having that flexibility.
I think we overestimate the decadence of doing your feet. I did mine just last weekend, you know, in the warm soapy water, and use the products, and your feet just feel amazing after you soaked them and then exfoliated. They're just beautiful. It's
you just I call it walking on air treatment. So, but look, next time you're in the cheap shop, have a look for those kitty litter trays, and people will laugh at you, but that's okay. That's what we're here for, to be laughed at.